The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee.
Do you smell toast?
Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee.
I'm glad you're amusing yourself.
Bumblebee.
I know, it's like,
Has the show started?
The only one that's
the only
amused
one
right now.
laughing.
Bumblebee. Are we starting?
It's up to you, man.
So, if you're listening, which if you hear this, you're listening, you probably heard a bunch of bumblebees when we started the program today. I was just doing my vocal warm-ups, and I didn't know that we'd begun.
Oh.
So, okay, do them with me. Bumblebee, bumblebee.
You sound like
Don't say it. Bumblebee,
Bumblebee.
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 Oh, you're doing it.
Good.
You're
Bumblebee.
getting a little Bumblebee,
Bumblebee.
Darren. Bumblebee. Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Why are we saying this?
Bumblebee.
We're doing vocal warm-ups to get ready for the
What's
show.
this from, though?
Well, I'm doing it different, but you're supposed to go bumblebee, bumblebee, bumblebee to get your lips working.
Bumblebee.
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 But we're definitely giving it a little bit of an Indian twinge.
Yeah, it sounds
I think it
Indian.
morphed.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
like a little
it's
bit of
like-
a Apu Simpson situation.
Yeah, that's what it sounds.
Let's not.
But maybe that's
Hello,
what,
Bart, bumblebee.
Maybe that's what's his face does the voice. I'm shocked that
Well,
he
not anymore.
hasn't been. Was he?
Oh, he quit. He quit because he
Hank
thinks that
Azaria?
an Indian American should be doing it.
Wow. Well, good for him. After he
Is it good for him? I don't know.
pocketed $5 billion.
Oh shit! Tank that, Azaria.
I'm just
Take that,
Take
Azaria.
that, Azaria.
Thank you, Bumblebee.
No, actually, he's cool. He's nice.
Yeah.
But still, anyhow.
Bumblebee, welcome to the program, episode 144 of the regular shows. There's all kinds of bonus stuff elsewhere. So many extra shows.
Oh.
So many extra shows.
Patreon.
We got to do some more live shows soon. Oh fuck. Those are so good. Man, it's so good to be here. I want to start the show with some bad news for Heidi.
What?
I figured you could probably take some bad news.
Sure, why not?
Last week we talked Last week we talked a bit about, a little celebrity crush that someone made.
Hall?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
It's not his thing.
No. Okay. So, our listener, Ren,
Yes.
got a message from her today, and she says, "What?
Ren's a heartbreaker.
Why?"
I feel like that's the direction we're
I
going.
feel like my
Oh, I
heart's
see. I see.
broken.
Well, maybe, but also it might explain a little bit. Ren said, "Please tell Heidi the Hall & Oates official Instagram has viewed my stories several times
No,
in the
it's
past.
not the Hall & Oates.
Got to be run by a bot, but maybe his is too."
No. Okay, so
Oh,
no.
shit.
So he actually
Should we get her on the phone?
No, because I actually found out.
There's an update?
Yeah, I found.
How do we get some kind of ticker? Bumblebee, like some kind of exciting news music. Yes, bumblebee.
Yeah, we need that, like a typewriter.
Let me get some breaking news music. Hold that thought. Everyone, just hold the thought with us.
Holding.
Okay, start telling the story, but very slow.
So
Slower.
one of my best friends who
Slower, please.
is hopefully going to be a guest on here soon. I told her about it, and she.
Right now, we're going to Heidi Van Tassel with breaking news on this Daryl Hall story. Take it away, Heidi.
So, 2 years ago, Ren, I did have the Daryl Hall.
I'm
and
Dan,
John
by the way.
Oates. No, I'm talking.
Oh.
And they had viewed my story, and I looked, and I was like, "What?" But it had the blue check on it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And after they viewed my story, then there was all these bots that did it too. It was so weird. That's so weird. But that was 3 years ago. So when this started to happen, it's if you notice the ones that are real, you have to have the blue check mark, and his has the blue check mark. You have to. There's no way that you can go in and do it.
someone can't open their own Twitter, their own Instagram account, and then hand it off to a team?
Oh, of course. No, but she's saying it's a bot.
Yeah,
so
there's
anyhow,
a difference between team and bot.
Yeah, there's a difference between like.
I think she means team. I could be wrong.
Okay, well.
Okay.
So then my friend that's in her boyfriend is in the industry, the rock and roll industry, and she found out that it actually is his real account. So it's actually his real account, and if you look, it's like he just did a podcast. He did Quest Loves. And but anyhow, his is real. I mean,
does it ever seem like he posts like personal, like just took this picture outside today?
Yes.
All right.
But
and now to Darren with the weather.
But listen,
Yeah.
It's super
the
nice.
weird thing is that after he's been actual Daryl Hall has been looking at my liking my shit.
What's his
now
name on there?
I have.
What's his name?
Daryl Hall, real Daryl.
2 hours? I can't find it.
But just with it has the blue check mark because there's a lot. So I all of a sudden
Here it is.
have gotten at least, this is so weird, 8 Daryl Hall fake accounts following me. It's so weird.
But he doesn't follow you?
Let
Let me look at it right now. See if you follow
Since
you.
the
I don't think
podcast?
so.
You follow him.
Mm-hmm.
He only follows 22 people. If you're one of them,
Yeah.
this is big. Oh,
I
no.
don't think
No,
so.
she said he doesn't
Yeah, no.
follow her.
Okay. Todd
He just
Rundgren,
follows
Questlove.
Yeah.
Questlove again. Daryl, what are you doing?
No, it's his podcast.
Oh, I see.
Heidi's
Anyhow,
done her
thanks,
research.
Ren, for trying to bring me down, but I did research, and I know I'm getting because it really I'm not gonna go Daryl Hall's watching my shit, and I know that it's there's so many frauds out
And
there.
now to Ren with a line of bullshit lies. Take it away, Ren.
But I understand what she's saying because 3 years ago, Daryl Hall and John Oates looked at my
From the band Daryl Hall and John Oates?
But it was their actual it was the blue check mark. It was their thing, but it must have been like a management team.
Okay,
But
fair
Daryl
enough.
Hall is actual Daryl Hall because I had my friend she's well known.
Okay.
She did research.
Hillary Clinton?
on it. Yes.
Yes, she's a big Instagram
Yeah.
sleuth.
Right before she had some people killed. She
Yeah.
went and did some
Those Clintons
research.
do love killing people. Does John Oates, does he ever get involved in your life at all?
No,
Must be gay.
it's weird.
You heard it here first. John Oates, officially gay.
So mean. What's funny?
I said officially.
Wait,
Oh, is that the problem?
Is there a blue check
That might
mark
be the
there?
problem. It's a gay check mark. It's like a rainbow.
I was gonna
check mark.
I was gonna try and do the blue check mark thing, and you have to go through a bunch of shit. You have to send your passport and all this shit,
Or your license.
or your license.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do all this stuff. And I was gonna do it, and I was like, "Oh, that's stupid. I'm gonna try and see how easy it is." I don't think it's
You're
that
just
easy.
supposed to be
Let's do a
like
thing. Oh, go ahead.
like
Darren.
what does it verify you for? Like it verifies
to
that
make
you're a
sure it's
fucking
actual
human?
you and not a robot and not a person that's not you, like Daryl Hall.
So if people want to follow
yeah.
Heidi Van Tassel from the Rare Form podcast, they know that this is the official one.
Yeah.
Or Shit Girl, however they know you.
Right.
Right.
But only
that's how I
famous
do it.
people do it.
No, not
No,
necessarily. You can be, you can be
an
not that.
influencer, you can own a coffee shop. You could own. There's different people that have
I'm gonna go do it. I have
we-
22 people that follow me, and I
Yeah.
think I need
Try
some
it.
street cred.
Yeah,
yoga teacher to the
exactly.
stars.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Can we divulge someone you taught yoga to?
No,
We can't?
who the fuck did I?
Excuse me, Aunt Jackie.
Oh,
Any Roseanne fans out there? Yeah, Darren here, our engineer.
I took a class with her.
a
What's her
yoga
name?
class.
No, I took a comedy class.
Lori.
I fucking love her.
Yeah, this is her personal yoga instructor over here.
Recently?
Oh no! No, we practiced together. We practiced at the same studio, and sometimes she was in my classes.
She's awesome.
So I mean,
and I don't know people so much
Heidi's name.
just replace Heidi
so.
with Darren.
With Darren.
Heidi's name.
She's
Even though I
awesome.
dropped the name for you, which is interesting.
She's really awesome. She's also a very humble person.
But that's not
And,
what people want to hear. We don't want to hear
even
that she's
just
awful.
saying her name out loud. No, I'm not going to slander.
Didn't she hit one of the other teachers with her car
Oh
multiple
my
times and ran over till she died?
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry.
Can we play a game?
Crazy. Sure.
Well, I'm not on the air, but I want you and I to try to get verified on the same day. Let's sit side by side and see if either one of us gets and who gets it first. If we both get it.
I think I don't know how long. I wonder. Okay, we'll do it.
Since
Honestly,
I'm
are
wrapped
there
up. I'm wrapped up
creds?
in a social scandal. So I wonder if I have a better chance of it right now.
But are
Probably.
there creds? Like, do you have to say, oh, I have X
Yeah,
amount
Yeah,
of
they have to
followers?
tell you like, because I looked at it about a week or two ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would people know you for? Like, why would people look for you to be verified? So.
Because
Look-
I can do
look
my
for an
old
update.
band too.
So we can look for updates on. I wonder, would this podcast explode if we were both verified?
OM.
Can you verify?
Do you want a Mercedes or not?
Yeah.
Let's get verified.
on.
Can you verify a podcast, or do you have to be a
Yes.
human?
You know what you need is a thing that, like the
You ain't even bona fide.
You know those like things like after like at a
Celebrations?
soccer game.
Yeah, but that's for like browner folks.
Oh my god!
I just meant like, South American people have that kind of. It's like the noise machine.
Yeah, I love it. What's wrong with that?
I didn't say anything wrong with it. It's just not for people like us. You know what I mean?
I'm brown. I have a lot of makeup on right now.
You were brown once for a couple hours. Oh man, alive! Did you see what happened to our friend, Mr. Mike Tyson, this week? Okay, but I don't want to lead anything. I would like to know your thoughts on the matter. First of all, what happened was there's a video going around, quite viral. You've probably seen it by now, of Mike Tyson on an airplane. A guy sitting behind him, like talking to him over the seat, and Mike's not really paying attention to him. And there's a few different cuts.
Standing up in his face.
Well, not his face, to the back of his head, technically.
Still.
No, I'm just explaining what the video
Right,
is.
yeah.
I'm explaining like
Yeah.
what it looks like.
And they're in their
And-
own pods, which I love. Those like first
They're
class
in the
like little
JetBlue
pods.
Mint, I believe they're on.
Oh, okay.
And then the video cuts a few times, and one of the cuts goes to Tyson, like obliterating this guy's face. And I loved it. But your thoughts on the matter?
I had to watch the whole thing to make sure I got the whole like, was he just? I mean, the kid was drunk. You could tell.
Yeah.
He was, and his friend was taping him like, oh man, hey. And when after he got beat up, he showed his face, and he was like,
all bloody and
drunk,
shit.
but he was all drunk and like, ooh. And Mike Tyson, poor guy, he just wanted to fucking sit there and who wants someone in their fucking face? And I heard that
He'd
he
already
said
given
the
him a
N-word, and he said to sit down and leave him alone. Somebody had said that this is maybe a rumor, but they said they heard him that he was saying the kid was saying calling him the N-word.
Really?
Yes, that's what
Changes
was
my
on
opinion.
That can't be real. I mean, if that were, the guy would be dead.
Dead.
But I know that Tyson had already given him a selfie, and like the guy just couldn't quit. Oh, he was drunk. He was obnoxious.
You could tell he was aggressive. You could tell he wouldn't stop. You could tell he was like saying shit. He wasn't like, I loved you. Because Tyson is known for being a really fucking sweet guy outside of the ring, you know?
Yeah. Do you remember his quote about social media?
No, what was it?
Fucking genius. Let me see if I can find it.
His one-man show was supposed to be...
It's incredible.
Did you see it?
Oh, no, I saw the documentary about him years ago.
Oh, well,
I
he
didn't
had
see the
that show.
It was
and
very revered. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson many years ago said, social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it.
There we go.
And then cut to a couple days ago, and there's a guy getting punched in the face for being a total prick.
Yeah, I mean, the guy had... I mean... What is the kid done? And I call him a kid because he looked like a fucking kid. He looked like a...
He has a criminal record, first of all. He's like grand theft or like larceny and all kinds of stuff. Which, I mean, that alone doesn't mean you should get punched in the face.
Right.
But
and did he press charges though?
Not yet. And apparently he's not being cooperative with the police. But
he's a fucking dick. You can see it in his face.
He's going to sue.
Dick.
He's going to sue. He's going to win. And it might land Tyson on the no-fly list. So it's
that sucks.
hopefully
for Mike
not.
Tyson.
Of course.
There's only so much you can do. Why isn't that kid duct taped in his fucking seat? You know what
That's
I mean?
a great question. I don't know.
Like he was out of control. You could see it.
And Tyson got off the flight. He left the flight. I don't think obviously it hadn't left yet.
It's like he just jumped off.
Oh yeah. Also,
I'm like, wait, were they in the air?
amendment: Mike Tyson is dead. He died when he hit the ground.
He's like, fuck
What?
And he had to tear the door off the hinges to get out.
He wasn't even in the exit row.
They had just sat then. So they
Yeah, I
weren't
believe so.
Oh, okay.
Because the guy, yeah.
Fuck that, man.
He shouldn't.
What is it?
If the guy,
Careful who you defend this week.
I know, no, but if the guy was drunk, quote unquote disorderly, and bothering a fellow passenger, and they hadn't taken off yet,
He should have been
that's fucked
escorted
up.
off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, 100%.
Have you seen the video?
Nah, fuck that. I have no idea.
So
I'm completely.
When you see it, you will feel the way that I maybe not, but
Don't tell me how I feel.
I was pissed because. Oh my God. Working in bars and restaurants for so long, you see this fucking frat, no offense to people in frats, but like that frat kid who's like fucking drunk and in your face and fuck that.
I can totally imagine.
And Mike Tyson was just like staring like straight ahead, like, dude, fucking, like, you could tell he was like, fucking stop, man. Like,
Yeah, he's not. Tyson is keeping his back to the kid, not interacting, just quiet. But I wish the whole video, I wish the whole thing was one video.
Yeah.
To see, like, and apparently the kid threw a bottle of water at Tyson, and that's
come
what.
On. Yeah.
I tweeted about this. I tweeted.
I would fucking punch the guy in the face.
It's obnoxious. It's so obnoxious.
I'd punch him in the face.
Probably would too, actually.
You know?
I said my tweet the other day was something I have subconsciously tried to avoid every day since the 80s. Annoy Mike Tyson. He was poked and poked and poked. Eventually, you gotta react.
It's that whole thing.
It truly
The
is like
poking
anyone.
bear. You don't poke a. What is that? You don't poke a bear.
Yep.
I think so.
Don't poke the bear.
Don't poke
Don't
a lion.
don't poke a bear face.
Don't poke a sleeping bear.
Oh,
Is that what it is?
Let sleeping dogs lie.
and don't poke a
No, that is one of
bear.
them. That's one of them.
Isn't it
Let's-
dead dogs lie?
Don't beat a dead horse. A lot of dead stuff. A lot of dead stuff.
A lot of dead stuff.
Don't
Circle
beat a
back
dead
to our
boxer.
dead animal episode.
Oh shit. Man, finally people stopped sending comments about the dead animals. That was like a weeks long saga. But since we just mentioned it, last week, Darren, we had a little talk about, chomos, child molesters, pedophiles. And boy, Darren, you whoa. Is there a tumbleweed going through here?
I think so.
No, but you basically were trying to, you were not defending it, but you were saying like understand where people are coming from, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, broaden your lens.
Right.
And that, yeah.
Right. Heidi,
there's
if you
no
watch the
lens to-
YouTube video, you can see Heidi's reaction to these discussions. It was quite funny. No. But we did get a message from,
A child molester
yes.
saying thank you.
And like,
Brown your lens.
But I could not agree more with what Darren said on the podcast.
That bitch
Smell
is
my
so
fingers.
burnt. Oh.
Ew.
What? He might have been eating pizza or Thai food or chicken satay. Chicken satay.
It's not saute. It's
Saute.
saute.
Satay.
Saute.
So we got a message from our good friend Kristen, and
Hi, Chris.
let's go ahead and play it. All right.
Question for Miss Megan. Do you feel empathy or some form of like you feel sorry for like Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, people like that? Because they were probably, well, R. Kelly was abused, we think, but is that kind of what you were going for or talking about on the show? Because I feel that way, and I feel like I'm wrong. Like I feel bad for R. Kelly because it's like, well, he was abused too, so that's why he's doing it, and he shouldn't do that. It's very wrong, but you feel bad for him. I don't know. Curious if you feel that way as well. Hey, Dan.
What about me? Yeah. Have I
Well, I think it's,
wow.
I think it's very clear where you stood just based on your face.
No, but the thing is that I actually fucking feel empathy. I'm gonna be pissed now because Kristen has forgotten me now. What the fucking fuck? Anyhow, I feel
to Heidi's camera,
I
please.
feel empathy for R. Kelly because A, he can't even fucking read. And I actually...
What an idiot he is.
But no, I feel
Oh.
bad for him and the way that he grew up. If you watch the documentary, I feel bad for him. I also feel bad that people can fucking still say, I'm going to listen to Michael Jackson, but yet I'm not going to listen to R. Kelly.
Well, that's because one's music is way better than the others.
False, but I got into, or maybe
R. Kelly is just as good as Michael Jackson?
I love R. Kelly's music. I love his music. He's brilliant. He's a great songwriter. What he did to these girls is awful, but I have empathy for him. And in fact, in that documentary, I actually felt like that poor... the way that
Kristen
he was
didn't
raised...
ask you, Heidi.
Oh.
It's okay, kiddo. I didn't mean to kiddo, actually. That was actually, honest to God, I didn't mean to throw a kiddo into this conversation.
Bill Cosby, I don't, because
Well, I think it's also...
Cosby is fucking...
We've also made it very clear in this show that you have a lot of empathy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, but I actually do feel bad
after
for
last
R.
week, we do have to
Kelly.
establish that this one might have a shred of it somewhere.
But I feel like that's such a different thing because child molesters actually killed little kids as well. And Kristen has 2 young children. It's very bizarre that people with young kids could even like have empathy for a child molester. Not R. Kelly, even though the girls were, yes, of course, they're 14. Yes, they're children. But like, I wonder where she stands with Michael Jackson.
Looks like the heat is off Darren this week.
Well, I do want to respond because I think she was trying to pick up what I was throwing down. And I think empathy is a word for it. I think Kristen, what you talked about was sort of the cycle of trauma and how that goes much deeper than just one person, right? That is to an extent, I believe that there's learned behavior in some things and there's past trauma and there's also like cyclical, like abuse, and seeds get planted and watered and they manifest in different ways. But I don't know many people who abuse. I mean, I don't know them personally. I don't know of many people in the world. And there are some, because there's exceptions to every rule on the planet, but who hasn't experienced abuse and learned that is how you behave in the world and then continued that behavior.
The thing is though, we were talking about child molesters, and a child molester, a pedophile to me is not Bill Cosby. He's a abuser. He's a disgusting man, but he never killed anybody. A child molester to me, what I was saying is that when they're thrown in prison and then they're rehabilitated for 10 years or whatever, they come out, and I've done research on this, and they come out and they fucking kill a little child. I'm talking about children, not R. Kelly, who these are young girls. It's awful. I can't even imagine. It's all disgusting. But to me, there's a different sort of. I'm talking about you guys were saying about child molesters, a child. You know what I mean? A 5-year-old, a 6-year-old. That's fucking. All ages is disgusting.
Of course.
To be clear, too, a child molester and a pedophile do not necessarily murder.
That's what I was going to say.
No, but
like you're making this point that like most child molesters become murderers. That's not true. A lot do kill kids, but I don't think they get rehabilitated and then come back out, and most become killers. But tons of rapists kill too. I mean, whether you know,
yeah, like
people there's certain levels, like you can be. I just rape, I just molest,
Right.
but then there's ones that like, I'm going all the way, I'm going to rape, molest, and
well,
murder.
I'm just saying, I have no empathy at all.
Child murderer is the worst
and
of it.
pedophiles.
Yeah,
I agree.
fair.
They are the worst. And so to answer her question explicitly, yes, I have empathy for anybody who has done anything violent or terrible or horrific in their entire life. There is a shred of empathy. Now that changes. There's a spectrum to a lot versus a little. But I always feel like there's like a story, and I also think violence progresses. So if we have like, now circling away from that, like if we have somebody who starts out emotionally abusing and then physically abusing, what's not to say that they're next gonna kill? Like killing happens like as a progression of violence over time. And I talked about recidivism last episode, and I actually did research. Sexual assault has the lowest amount of recidivism, and things like burglary and theft which you've made fun of me about, actually have the highest rate of recidivism. So most criminals who get out of prison repeat criminal behavior and sometimes escalate it.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah. So it's not just, I don't think it's not just pedophiles, but I think it's disgusting. But I to answer
So to
Kristen's
make it clear, you
questions, you're
don't
not
like
alone. I don't.
Okay.
I don't like it, Kristen. I think we're on the same page in terms of what we're talking about. I don't, and I was kind of specific, like I'm not sure that empathy is the right word. I don't know if it sums up entirely, but it's on the right track. And I think yes, Heidi has tons of empathy, but doesn't see this other piece. So I'm wondering if there's another adjective.
Is there anyone in the world you do not have any empathy for?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No, I don't. I understand that that's a really comforting way to compartmentalize and hate something that's so evil.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't allow me to do that. I can't do it.
What about Hitler?
I think I hate it. I hate everything that happened. I'm curious. I'm curious about why. I'm curious about his just neurology, his brain structure, his chemical makeup, what led him to do that.
Here's why, can I say something? Why I don't have empathy for everybody is because some people do that for no reason. There's nothing, some people just nothing happened in life. You weren't wronged by society. You just want to hurt. And that's just the way it is sometimes. So that someone like that to me gets zero empathy for any reason. Like there's not like, the Johnny Depp trial is happening right now. And he talked a lot about his childhood and like being in an abusive home, and it led to some bad behaviors in his life. I feel bad for that. There are people that, grow up and men that beat their wives because they watched their dad beat their mom. It's still their responsibility, but I feel bad they grew up in that. But there's some people that just do bad things, and no empathy for them. No empathy.
I get that.
I told you that my friend was Amber Heard's assistant. She's the one in the news right now. So I have firsthand experience with that fucking lunatic.
I think so. You don't like Amber?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Oh, Amber the lunatic.
She's horrible, and Johnny Depp is like sorry. And that video that came out this afternoon, I've seen that over and over again. It was like right after either like his dad died or it was somebody who passed, and he was upset. He's Johnny Depp. He's dramatic. He's an actor. He never laid a hand on that fucking. I'll lay a hand on her.
Well,
she's a.
Am I wrong,
wow.
or did he, or did someone close to them say they both were physical with each other sometimes?
He was never, ever physical. He never laid a hand on her. It's actually in the testimony. I think it came out this afternoon too, or this morning. There's a voice message, and she's saying, "Don't be a fucking baby. I wasn't punching you. I was hitting you, and stuff like that." And just she's awful. She's not a nice person.
I
and
believe
just
that.
because he did coke and drank and doesn't make him a bad guy. And she from the very beginning was a social climber. When my friend was her assistant, I'm trying to think of how I can. My friend had told her,
but assistants don't know anything. I know that for sure. Assistants don't know a goddamn thing about celebrities.
Ridiculous. Like
they're not even around.
Is that what people say?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
The assistant's like up your has to like wipe your
almost,
fucking ass.
Almost
basically.
nobody knows more.
They couldn't be more around.
So ridiculous. Yeah. So when my friend asked for a raise, she spit in her face. Amber Heard spit in her fucking face.
That's pretty good.
And then
power
also,
move.
I'm gonna try that move next time.
My friend had a story. I'm trying to say it so, and the story was pretty awful of something that happened to her when she was a young woman. And a week later, she walked into the house, and Miss Heard was on the phone talking to someone about it, making it her own.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, not a nice person.
Interesting.
So I feel bad for him. I don't know if he'll win because,
What I really don't like celebrity court stuff. I find it so boring and just like whatever.
Yeah.
The other day I watched, when he was on the stand, I watched for a couple hours, and I think he did great. I mean, I actually thought that like, but the problem is, I believe Johnny, by the way. I nothing to base it on. You don't know him. I don't know him. I've been around him. You may have been around him. But the truth is, no one knows anything about what happens behind closed doors. He may have kicked the fucking shit out of her when no one's around. We don't know. I mean, we really don't. We can have our opinions based on people close.
Yeah, but my friend was
But you
there
really
a
don't
lot
know.
of times, like in the other room when they
No, I
were
get it. I
fighting
get
and
it.
stuff.
But
and
if you
he would
if you
always
know someone,
walk away.
right? But when no one's there, we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
We have our feelings, and
Sure.
like watching him on the stand,
But you get
he
like
seems
a vibe
believable.
from
Yes.
her. I'm sorry. like,
I've been
in the
around the
very
two of them
beginning.
together, and she seemed off and shitty to me, and he seemed like one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
And I
had a
think
feeling,
because he was abused as a kid, that's what he said too. I made it a point never to fucking lay my hand on a woman ever.
and it also sounds like she was is the word goading or like with a D or like goading him into
for
arguing?
sure.
Is it
Like,
goading
I
or
don't know
goating?
that
Go,
word is.
Goad.
goading?
I don't know that word, but it is poke the bear, by the way.
Is it poke the bear?
You know that.
She
I don't know
she
goading.
kind of was poking the bear
So
with him
she-
a lot of times too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
She
what you're
was
saying.
she would like
Goading?
antagonize,
Yep.
and conveniently have a recording device right there after pushing.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But the point I was going to make was, the thing I hate about that stuff is that he is an actor, and I see now. Let's say he did all this stuff. Let's say he is guilty of all of it. He's so fucking charming that he can get away with anything. Like there's something. Excuse me, charm can go so far.
But I
and
really
getting you out of
think that
trouble? I believe
think
him, by the
that-
way. I'm just saying,
yeah,
like he's so
like
charming.
my friend
on the
was
stands.
saying too is
You
that
want to handle cameras?
and then they put a text that Johnny had sent my friend. They put it up on, or they gave it for like evidence.
Yeah.
And he had said like, let's go get a glass of the purplish. And the way he writes is very like, you're like, what did he say? But he
Sounds
meant
like a poet.
yeah, like he was like, let's
I'm
go
getting all Peruvian
let's
today.
get a glass
or
of
whatever.
wine and talk about
Yeah.
how awful
Right.
she is. Like,
Right.
and I don't, and my friend had said too, he wouldn't be doing this if he was guilty. If he was guilty, the one thing that is
That's not true. That's not true at all.
No, but the
No.
one thing that they haven't come out with yet, I don't think, is the fact that so she had said that she didn't do it for the money, and that she gave a lot of that money to the children's hospital and to the NAACP. Is that what's the NAACP?
The National
for-
Advancement or Association for the Advancement of Colored
Okay,
People.
no. What's the one that's for the rights of
ACLU.
ACLU? And so they came. They went and asked the children's hospital, "Did you receive this money from Miss Heard?" Nope, haven't seen a thing. And she had written like, "I gave millions to them, and I gave this and that." No, we haven't. She has said all that, and she never gave the money to them. The ACLU is actually working with her, and she does a lot of shit for them. Like, she'll show up and do like a like a charity thing, and so they haven't come forward yet with their info, with the proof that she gave them the money. But she's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah,
like her, and
That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think that it's awful to do this to a human being, because like he said too, he's like, I was Cinderella and now I'm Quasimodo, which is so true. Like
It is amazing. The fall has been unbelievable.
Right. It could be his ego, of course. All actors, I believe, have huge
course.
egos.
course.
But I mean, I really think he's like,
I mean, for the last 20 years, he's one of the top
Right.
5 famous people in the world.
right. But I know,
know?
how I get if somebody says something that I did and I didn't do, I will fucking kill
there's
somebody.
There's nothing worse.
So I feel like he's in that position where he's like, I didn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there's these videos that she edited. There's all this shit. So anyhow, this is one of the, and I'm so happy that there's actually a trial, because when the Me Too thing happened, I believe it got out of a little out of hand and not cool for the women who are actually raped and assaulted.
Yeah.
And I feel like there should be a trial now. Not every time, but there should be a trial with the guy and the girl.
That's the whole point of the court system.
Exactly.
That's why people make jokes about having your day in court.
Yeah.
So you can defend yourself.
A lot of people haven't had their day in court and just got canceled.
If you make accusations like that, you gotta back them up.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready to do that.
Yep. Anyhow.
Okay, segue. That was so heavy. First half hour. Let's do 2 segues. How's that drink?
Amazing.
How's your slurpy
so
slurp over there? So the other night, Darren and I, my beautiful, beautiful Darren, watched the Netflix. What's it called? White Hot: The Rise and Fall of Abercrombie and Fitch. Have you watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Darren and I, beautiful Darren and I, absolutely loved it. What were your thoughts on it?
The funny thing is that my sister was more into it. I think it was, I don't know. I never really shopped there. I think
Me
I was
either.
my boobs were too big to fit into their tiny little fucking white girl shirts.
Did they not make like chesty clothes?
No, they were like their medium. I remember was tiny. I just remember I'd go in there. I've only been in a handful of times. I hated the store. It was too loud. Just the people were rude. I just hated it. But I think I was at a point in my age where I didn't go there. Does that make sense? But my sister did.
I was gonna say I wondered if because it was massive in the 90s and you were already like Chicago
55?
band. no, I'm saying like
I was in
Such
a
a
band.
different-
I was
your
like, I
identity was
wasn't-
established and that was not your identity.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You're already done fishing for who
Yeah.
you were.
Plus, it was expensive.
Was it?
For like a T-shirt, it was like 50, like $45 or something. I remember.
It was for me. It was so against what I was because I was just like not an attractive, fit, like sporty type guy. I was like the grungy, gothy guy.
Right.
So I hated that stuff. It was so against me, and I hated those people. I hated the people that wore that kind of stuff.
It was all just.
But it was
to me. It was like white frat boys and.
well, that's what they wanted. That's what they were
clearly
catering.
it was.
That's what they were catering towards.
Yep.
But the scandal stuff of the doc, I loved. We don't want to divulge too much, but the watch the movie. It's on Netflix. White Hot: The Rise and
good.
Fall of Abercrombie and Fitch. And it just made me think about how weird trends are, like how carefully things are marketed to people, and we just bite, we take it, and like this is how I should be. Yep, that's me. How is there anything that tricked you guys when you're like anything like I got to be that, I got to be
Yeah.
what we got?
I mean, the white upper class town in Massachusetts did a number on me because
So what were your brands like? What was
I was like J. Crew during the 90s, like during teenage years. That's what that brought up for me was like,
I mean, your teenage years is when you're
terrible
fishing for
quaggle fuck
like
of,
fitting
like-
in.
Right.
Yeah, and I moved to a new
Quaggle fuck?
Quaggle fuck. It's one of my favorite words. I moved to a town when I was like 12. So like right at that cusp where you're going to start to have to fucking figure your shit out anyway. And so that's the kind of town I moved to. So that was like J. Crew, Abercrombie, but also American Eagle. And then like also I'd jump into like PacSun and Hot Topic for like a second. And
American Eagle had pretty good military
Cargo
camo
shorts,
shorts.
right? You
I
like
like
those?
those.
yeah.
I like those.
So those were my brands, and it bummed me out because I was like I fell into that trap because I like it was just safer, even though I was like friends in all the areas, like it was safer for me to pick the middle road, and it just bums me out because it's not, I don't think who that like my core person is.
Yeah. What about you?
It was Ralph Lauren polo shirts,
Those were kind of nice.
Izod shirts.
Oh,
Oh hell yeah!
So long ago.
Europeans love Izod.
this is high school.
We-
You're talking about high school.
Yeah. And then we were not we didn't have a lot of money, so we would go to garage sales. And I grew up in a town, half Wisconsin, but mainly in Texas, and it was like a super rich school. Like I'm talking oil money, and I would have
At the
my
Woodlands
mom,
area.
Yeah, I had my mom drop me off like a block down the thing from school, and now I think about it and I just want to cry because I'm like, oh, who cares?
It's like from a
who
movie.
fucking cares? Yeah, and I look like Molly Ringwald.
That's what I was gonna say. You're Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
But
Heidi Ringwald.
we'd go to these garage sales, but they would be at the homes of the rich kids in school.
Oh,
so
shit.
I would go and be wearing like the thing that was popular like in the 8th grade were these polo socks, and they were socks that went all the way up and you put them down, and they had
scrunched
the
them.
little, no, they were just like
You put them down?
knee-high socks, and you folded the top down,
folded.
and it
Uh-huh.
had a little
Oh.
polo guy on it. And I would get those, but they would be the rejects of the rich girls. So then I got picked on because
And they knew.
because they'd be like, "Aren't those my socks?" Yeah.
You just reminded me of something very embarrassing I used to do. I have forgotten about this.
Oh, gosh.
I used to wear like what are the socks with the the lines on the top?
I don't know what they're
just
called,
like
but
sports or
Yeah, like
athletic socks or
socks.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot I did this. I'd pull them up to my knee and I'd roll them like a
Yes.
circle roll
That
down
was
to
a
my
thing.
ankle. So it was like looks like a
A
you know what I'm talking-
bracelet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a thing.
Was
You
it-
weren't alone.
Guys didn't do that shit.
Oh, it was a girl thing?
Yeah, I'm a man, by the way.
Oh, you weren't then,
And
but
I rolled them
you're a boy.
down right above my high tops, my ruse or
Oh my
whatever the fuck I
God.
wore.
Oh,
No.
that's
I should have gotten my fucking ass kicked
That's
by the
cute, though.
Abercrombie guys to beat that out of me. But I don't know why I did. I did it for a short time. I think my stepdad, who is like,
God. He did it?
no, I think he told me it'd be a good idea. I think
Was he fucking with
he
you?
goaded me into being a
Which,
loser.
that's what I was looking at before. It's a T or a D. It's confusing. I couldn't research for long
I
enough.
believe it's goad with a D.
It's both.
Goad.
Because Oh, yeah, goad with it. Goad is to lead. Goat is to deflect.
So I did a little bit of a sock ankle roll.
Wow.
Is that I'm gonna find a picture of it.
I will say, like, I also, in the midst of wearing J. Crew and Abercrombie and shit, would like wear oversized Grateful Dead t-shirts with long skirts and combat boots, like and thrift like crazy. What did your thing make me?
My thing.
No, Heidi said something. I forget. It's fucking.
And we wore a lot of Converse too.
Oh, in the doc, in the Abercrombie and Fitch, they said like Abercrombie was this marriage of the sex appeal of Calvin Klein and the preppiness of Ralph Lauren. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
you-
loved it. I thought it was so good.
It was good.
What
Scandal
some
did
good
you
scandal.
like? Yeah, what?
Well, I mean,
What
the
stood out to you?
well, I don't want to spoil it, but like the guy that
sorry,
runs
sorry,
the business and the photographer.
Sure. Sorry,
There
I
was
forgot.
sure
No
a
spoilers.
lot of stuff in there.
You know what's funny is I met a guy like 2 nights ago that said,
Congratulations!
thanks.
Happy for you
That
guys.
had said that he's like, I'm a photographer, or I work for this magazine, blah blah blah, and I worked with Bruce Weber, and I was like, oh cool, and I was like,
Oh,
now I'm like,
Oh, it put it all together for
did
you.
he viciously fuck you against your will? I'm just curious. Man alive.
I think I was the wrong gender for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Have you watched anything else good lately?
John Wayne Gacy. I just started.
Netflix is on a run. The last 2 weeks, such good things. Abercrombie. What's it called? Conversations
Conversations
with
with John Wayne Gacy.
Conversations with a Killer, the John Wayne Gacy tapes.
Mm-hmm.
These people uncovered 60 hours of unreleased John Wayne Gacy interviews.
So the band I was in, EHC, Electric Hellfire Club, lead singer, when he was a young guy, he lived in what's the town where John Wayne Gacy lived? Fuck.
Dan, you know.
Oh, fucking Illinois, but
Not Gurney.
Des Plaines?
That's Iowa, I think.
Des Moines.
Right?
No, Des Plaines is
Plaines?
where most of his killings happened.
So
in
right
Chicago. Thank you.
next to that is Evanston, and that's where the lead singer lived.
Oh yeah,
And
right outside.
Yeah.
Right outside Chicago.
Yes.
Right
Yes,
outside
yeah,
Chicago.
you're saying?
Yes.
And he was about 15, and he was walking home from school, and a car pulled up, and the guy was asking him all these questions, and he was like, what the I forget what he said. And then the car he kept walking, and the car pulled up again. The guy got out of the car, and it was John fucking Gacy, because then after that he was caught, or he was in the paper, and it was that guy, because he actually his mom called the cops afterwards and said there was a guy that, I forget what he said to him, like,
hey baby,
do you want to know, because he would never started like
die?
that. It was always like, do you need a job, I have this construction,
You ever want to get fucking killed before? I'm your guy.
Not funny, funny, crazy. So then
she was not friends with, but a serial killer.
who?
I was gonna mention that. Yeah. So.
Oh, you can finish your story. Is that it?
Oh yeah.
No, just that, and then that we wrote a song. I forgot what the song was called. No. We wrote a song about Berkowitz, but I think he sort of became kind of obsessed with killers after that. Like he was like, holy
if we're
shit!
talking
I just
favorite killers, Gacy's one of my favorites.
I mean,
just
the whole
for
clown
how dark
thing
and
too.
horrible it is.
Don't you have
Clowns,
What's that?
Don't you own artwork or?
No, I had one for a while. I don't have it anymore.
He actually, we had it in our band room. We had an original. He painted in prison, right? Is that what we got? Yeah.
Yep.
So we had one, and then we had a letter from Berkowitz saying that he loved our song because we wrote a song called Mr. 44.
Good God.
And that's also a good documentary on there, because it shows that
The Sons
it
of Sam.
wasn't just him.
Yeah.
Anyhow, okay.
I believe that.
I totally believe
so
that.
Darren, had a little bit of a run-in with a serial killer.
I also want to say I find it very interesting that artwork can be owned by serial killers, but pedophiles must all die.
Yeah,
What
it
if they did
is
cool
different.
artwork? Yeah.
It's different.
No, I know. Okay, so when I was a teenager, I think, it was in Boston. I don't know if was it national news. I mean, it I
don't remember the guy.
But there was a taxi driver who was picking up young women, sometimes raping them and killing them. He was not a taxi driver, and he was.
For the record, Heidi's fine with the rape part, not the killing part. That's the part that bothers her.
It's all bad.
No, it's all bad.
Oh, did I say that?
I'm just saying I have empathy
No, I know,
for
I know, I
R.
know.
Kelly.
So
Cool. Good choice.
No, I do. I mean, his childhood was so horrible.
Not Michael Jackson, but yes, and R. Kelly. Got it.
Michael
So
Jackson,
turns-
yes, because he raised a Jehovah's Witness. Anyhow, go on.
Michael Jackson was raised as a Jehovah's
Oh,
Witness.
hell yes.
Oh, that's fucking fascinating.
Yes.
It's a good plug for Jehovah's Witnesses, though. So, so it turns out that this man was leading a double life. And one part of his life was dating a very close family friend of ours who worked in my mother's office, and I worked with very often. And he was very frequently at our home.
What's his name?
I cannot remember. I think I've blocked it out. I can't remember for the life of me right now, but he was at our home. Like, my dad was like, I made this guy fucking margaritas. Like, I've hung out
Wait, I
with
gotta
this
find out
guy
who this
several
is.
times. And he was living a double life, and that was him. I think, and I think I said several, but like it was like 3
Wasn't
or
he
4
a cab
women.
driver or something?
That's what I was saying. He was what's it called? Pretending, but posing as a cab driver. He wasn't actually a licensed cab driver. And this was before Uber. And
That's
all
how I
that
do all my
shit.
killings. I pretend to be a
Yeah,
cab
so
driver.
he would pick them up and then he'd dump them on
Was
the
this
side
in-
of like
in-
Route 2.
In Boston?
Like Cambridge. I think he did it in a few. Yeah, because like Cambridge and a couple
Taxi
other ones.
impersonator killer Boston.
In what year?
I
Jesus.
remember. I would say, I want to say like 99, maybe somewhere between 98 and 2001, let's say. It might have been after high school that I found out, but I had hung out with him. I think who knows time. It was that.
Was it Frederick Clay?
No, Frederick. Fuck, I can't remember his name. I can see him. I can see the shirt. Like, we have a picture of like a bunch of people out back, like drinking margaritas.
And he's there?
And he's in it, and I can see him. He has a pinstripe, one of those like.
I want to
what we were
see
talking
a
about,
picture of
Gap
you
or-
with him in the documentary on Netflix eventually.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely dig that one up.
The other good Netflix one. Did you watch the Jimmy Savile one,
I
Heidi?
started to. I heard it was really good.
Why the fuck won't you
'Cause
finish
I wasn't
something?
into it. I
Who's
didn't,
Jimmy Savile?
Jimmy Savile
I wasn't
was
into it.
he was a DJ in the UK in England, but he was like a superstar. He like hosted a variety show. He was had radio shows, but he was like had this crazy haircut, and he was just like a national treasure of England for like 50 years.
Yeah.
and he was like the most prolific pedophile in England's history.
And get this, a necrophiliac.
Oh, she.
They didn't have that in the special, but a friend of mine that's into like true crime and stuff.
Whose body did he have sex with?
I'm not sure, but he
So
was
many.
into
Let me
necrophilia.
find out.
Why
would they not put that in there?
I don't know. Weird, right?
If you had to choose between, Dan asked me this the other night. This does not come from the bowels of my brain stems. Would you rather make love, have sex with a person that you do not know in a coma, or a person that you do not know that is a corpse? You have to pick. This was.
You have to pick one,
You have to pick.
and you can't pick
This
both.
is the worst thing. The worst thing.
Coma for sure.
Oh, that was so.
That was quick.
That was so
I mean,
quick.
they're still
It took-
alive technically.
Yeah, but it's against their will. They can't like give you consent. Like
And
you're raping.
Neither can a dead person.
Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather be raped when you're alive or when you're dead?
Wow, that switches things too.
I don't
God
want to do
damn.
either. I'd rather.
course
kill
you
my-
do.
I'd rather kill myself. Is that a?
I hate when people. I hate when motherfuckers throw in. Shut up!
Can we just
Shut up!
not?
Shut up! I hate when people throw in new answers to a multiple choice.
I'd rather not do either one. I would call the police.
No, you have one. You're getting fucked alive or dead. That's one question, and then you have to fuck someone who's dead or in a coma.
Alive because your blood isn't even working. So
Oh,
how,
and the
how can you
caveat
even,
too is there's a boner no matter what. Because
Oh.
Yeah, there's a boner. It's hard.
We're fucking so yeah. That's
When
not-
men die, they get hard. By the way,
and in comas, I guarantee you they don't very often.
you can
I
lick
can't
lick it
guarantee
into a
anything,
stiffy for
shit,
sure.
but
You can lick it into a stiffy.
I know it's terrible. It's really, really terrible.
coma then?
Yeah, we both said.
Yeah,
we
'cause
both
they'd probably
said
be
coma.
excited
Did I say coma?
inside.
Yeah, we both said coma, but I think it took us a lot. I mean, there's a sliver of a line between how terrible those
Part
are.
of me wants to have sex with someone in a coma.
Oh, okay.
It's no big deal. It's just a little something about me. I've just I'm working on it.
I want to find out who that killer is. There's a whole there's a whole list of like.
Heidi didn't even listen to a word you said because it was so gross.
So yeah, I just
can't-
kind of ignore
his
it.
name
now.
will pop up to me like in the middle of the night, and I'll text you.
And how many people did he kill?
In my brain right now, I'm like 3. It was not like 100, but it was certainly more than 0.
By the way, Jimmy Savile apparently molested over 400 kids.
Oh, are you serious?
'Cause he-
Okay, I gotta
That
watch
is-
this.
He opened up his own
Massive number.
like hospital for sick kids, and he like was he donated his time as like someone who helped push kids around in a hospital, and he had a lot of time one-on-one with kids.
Fucking sicko.
And-
His
yeah, a little bit.
haircut was clearly he was a sicko.
Look up on your phone his hair.
Am I going to get yelled at for not doing the camera?
No, you can do both like a
Fucking
professional.
I can't.
sicko.
Jimmy Savile, it's Savile, and look
Did
at this
you
motherfucker's haircut.
look up the necrophilia thing?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, I did.
Yeah, he was. a necrophilia
Savile.
too.
This is
Oh
on
my God.
the Guardian. Is the Guardian a real website?
Oh
Yes,
my
it is.
gosh.
He looks like someone who would
Second
was a
time I said
paper.
gosh.
finger you.
It's a paper.
Savile told hospital staff he performed sex acts on corpses in Leeds mortuary. Former TV. Why was that not?
I
This
know.
is in 2014.
Crazy, right?
Former
that it wasn't
TV
in the-
presenter said he posed with bodies in lewd positions and stole glass eyes. Jesus fucking Christ. Darkness.
I mean, the part I saw was him like with the Beatles and Mick Jagger, and he was like
Jagger.
Jagger.
I love the
I
way you
named
say
all
this.
the Beatles correctly the other day. On a poster. I even paired them.
Do it right now.
What?
Don't help her. Do it right now.
George Harrison, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr. John Lennon.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so close. It almost didn't come to my brain.
Yeah. What's the funny thing you said the other day?
Everything
The name?
ever.
No, a name.
John McCasey.
Oh yeah, we're talking about John Wayne Gacy. She goes, that killed the clown guy, John McCasey. And I was like, are you having an aneurysm now?
John McCasey.
You know that Irish killer from Illinois.
John McCasey.
You make him sound like a nice guy. I'm going down the bar with John
That's
McCasey
sweet,
and the
sweet
boys.
John McCasey.
I mean,
so fucking funny.
I can't wait to finish it, but just holy shit.
He was
John
prolific.
Gacy.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, prolific.
I know,
He
it's the
killed what,
second time you used that, I like that word.
34 people?
Were there 30? Well, I haven't gotten up. Just I mean,
That's a known.
It's not.
That's
It's not.
No,
But
spoiler
are there
alert. He's a bad
34
dude.
under his house.
No,
They're in the walls, right?
no. There was. I mean, who cares? There's like 27 or 29 in the basement, a couple in the garage, and they dumped some in the river when he ran out of space at his house.
The best is that they when they said, I didn't know this, that when one of the cops was there, because I didn't. Well, you have to watch it.
That's
I'm
how he
not
got
giving
busted.
anything away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was giving. I mean, they were trailing him for forever and ever. But the guy that they came in and said, "Can we have some coffee?" And I need to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was peeing, and the heat kicked in, and the smell.
So cops know the smell of death. You know, it's like they know it instantly.
Have you ever smelled a dead body?
No.
Have you ever?
You have?
Yes.
Why?
Oh,
Hold,
okay,
save
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the heat kicks on, and the cops like, we got this motherfucker. The bodies are here. They already done one search warrant, and they didn't find anything. They looked in the crawl space under the basement or under the house where it's all dirt. They were looking for one guy, so they're looking for one mound of dirt, but it was totally flat. And they're like, okay, well, the kid's not down here. Little did they know there was like 27 people like buried deep in the dirt there. So when the heat kicked on, the cops smelled it, and they're like, we need to get another search warrant. He went and told the judge or whatever, we need one more, which they very rarely give.
But
to.
plus, no, but the reason why is that the smell and also the thing from the
Oh
girl.
yeah. But leave that clue. Leave that one out.
Okay,
Yeah. There's another little a clue. But yeah, so that's how they got him, because he let them in and the heat kicked on, and the guy's like, oh, that's death for sure. So what?
I've smelt it
And you dealt it?
just once or just once. It was my dad and I were out in service, which is what Jehovah's Witnesses call going from door to door.
Yes.
Is this anywhere near the Kingdom Hall?
I love those days.
No, this is like out.
I loved when they came over, and I was like,
You-
hi.
So
Just
you meet
kidding.
at the Kingdom Hall first, and then you go out in service.
Of course.
And
I'm
you
sorry.
pick your car. Like you pick
can
your.
meet-
I didn't mean to be insulting.
Wait,
I'm
what
sorry.
do you mean you pick your car?
So I just thought about this the other day because I'm writing about it. I'm writing little stories about it. And you would go, and as you got older, you wanted to be in the cool car, like with the cool
Of course.
people.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Baby.
Unfortunately, I always got like in the car with like, why'd you say? Like the older people, and it smelled like gum and like
Old people smell
Ben Gay
weird.
or something. And like, but this time I went with my dad and my mom and dad, and my sister, my little sis, and my sister she's 10 years younger.
Now
so,
she's 22 years older. It's very weird.
So
JWs they age weird.
it's crazy.
No birthdays, man.
Yeah.
So I would
true.
take her with me to the doors, but then I got found out because I would pretend to ring the doorbell, and she was like 3 or 4, and she didn't know any better. And I'd be like, shh, so the people would pass and be like, oh,
You shush
hey,
weird.
You wouldn't ring the doorbell. You just stand there and pretend.
No,
and
'cause I didn't want to talk to anybody.
Genius.
Fuck that.
That's smart.
God, that's smart.
You're like,
Well
I don't
done.
believe this. Okay.
Yep. And well, I didn't want to. I had a stutter, and I didn't want to talk to anybody, and I fucking hated it.
Was it more the stutter, or was it your
Everything. I had to ask for
abhorrence
35
of the-
cents for magazines, and it was so stupid. I hated it.
Oh,
Hated it.
hated it.
Plus, so I went with my dad, and it was a hot East Texas day, and we went we were in a part of town that was just, I swear to God, it was like 1,000 degrees out. And I remember we started
That's very hot.
it was
so
really
hot.
hot. We started to walk up to the home, and my dad went like that. Like he stopped me with his arm, and he was like, wait. And I was like, what? And he's like, do you smell that? And I was like, yeah, it smelled sweet. In like, it's weird. It's like the
Sweet nectar of death.
putrid garbage smell, but sweet.
So it smelled like New York City, basically, like a hot New York summer day.
Yeah, it was just, huh? And I was like, what is it? And I was probably like, must have been like 16. And he was like, we have to go call the cops. So my dad actually went up to the house, and he looked around, and there were papers, like 6 papers from the morning, like each morning on the things.
Like
My
piled
dad was
up.
like,
The JW Times?
Something's not right. Right.
Aw.
So we went to
No,
the
this wasn't a convert. This was someone they were trying to get.
Oh shit.
yeah. So we
Oh
went
my
to the
God.
neighbor's house and they called the cops and they came and it was a
Had
woman
your
and
dad smelled it before?
Yeah, how did he know?
I
Was
think
he a serial
I guess
killer?
so.
Is he John McCasey?
Did he have a crawl space by chance in your house?
We
Can-
did.
can you
Oh my God, it was
imagine,
the
though?
Fucking worst.
Do you-
Heidi
so-
Van McCasey.
There's that guy, the Green River
Yeah.
killer, and he like killed all those people. And his daughter was like 16, 17, and he would come to dinner. Do you remember? I forget
I
his
don't know.
name.
Uh-uh.
And she was just like, "That was my dad." Can you imagine?
Mm-mm.
I wish my dad did something that cool.
Fuck.
We did
Like-
have a crawl space though in the basement. I was fucking terrified.
Oh.
It was only sand was the floor, and it was so dark.
Sand and all your dad's dead lovers.
Oh, you had to combo that platter.
I
Fuck.
don't know. Just throwing it out there. Who cares?
Anyhow, yeah, a dead body is. Blah, 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 blah.
Wow, you know
It
the
almost smells the
smell of it.
same as like a dead animal though.
I love
You smelled
those.
that like on the road?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
We-
it's
well,
like that.
There was a few years back when a rat or a raccoon or something died in our fucking wall somewhere.
Yeah, it
Do you remember
smells-
when the living room smelled like death for a while?
No.
That's what a
I
human
don't.
body smells like.
fucking A.
I
I
would
would
imagine
imagine
like
it's
like
similar.
sweeter. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it was really gross. And this, I mean, you can't do anything about it unless you want to tear the walls open.
Yeah.
But you let it rot to the point where it stops like rotting and then it dries up. It's so gross. You remember that?
Was that here?
Yes.
I have a
100%.
super gross.
Maybe it was your breath, Darren. Was it your breath?
God, I thought you said breasts. I was like, what?
It's a-
My
it's a-
rotting breasts.
Yeah, she has rotting. She has
Oh
like totally like dead person breasts. They've been dying for years. It's so gross.
Did I ever tell you the story about my ex who was the cop who his first on the scene dead person?
Is this the guy that ran out of the car to chase Wolfman?
No, that's like
Okay.
that's like
Yeah, that happened to her, by the way. Anyway,
this. It's in my
So
stand up.
many.
I can't
There's
find my
so
stand up
many.
online. Not to.
I didn't know you did stand up.
I did.
Oh my gosh, I have so much internet.
In
Interneting.
what's
about
his
her.
name? That was the coach for the Lakers and the Bulls.
how about Phil Jackson?
Phil Jackson came to my show and he told me that this is what I should be doing. Stand up. Clearly, I took his advice and now I'm
Yeah.
Here
really
you are,
made it.
top of the world.
Wow. Top of the world,
Do
dude.
a stand-up joke.
I just spaced on what we're talking about.
I have no idea.
Um,
Can you do a stand-up joke instead?
My
What the fuck is happening? Where are
I
we?
was talking about
Am I dying?
my
Death
ex's
bodies.
Yes, the cop.
May I share the story like
Only
really quick because
if
it's
you
in my
do-
head constantly.
Only if you do a comedy bit after. Just one quick thing
That's
in
hard.
Irish
If
accent.
you do it in your best Indian accent.
No, no,
It's
no.
hard though because
It's
it's
okay.
not a joke. It's like
No,
a
No, no.
Don't do that.
After.
It'll end the show with one of your jokes.
Okay.
But I
okay,
don't
okay.
have like a. It's like it's a routine.
You better
can do the
fucking
whole
do the
bit.
whole routine. We got nowhere to be. We'll cut it and put it on Patreon.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you guys from out of town? Sir, what do you do? I'm sitting right next to you. I'm doing a podcast with you.
So just really quick because I want it to be in everybody's head and not just mine. So my ex is a police officer here in Los Angeles, and when he
LAPD?
first LAPD, and when he first started, he was young and he had never seen a dead body or been on the scene. So
Keep going.
I can't even hear it.
it's gonna distract
It is.
me because I have ADD so bad.
What you want? What you want?
Oh, this is such a
what
good
you
show.
gonna do?
Why don't they make
When
any more?
Sheriff John Brown come for you,
Oops, I'm not on you. Here, do it again.
what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Does it say John Brown?
Yeah,
there?
Detective John Brown.
It does?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I love these
Nobody
movies.
now getting over 8. I don't even know what they're saying.
Me either.
Oh, this is the long one. Listen. When Sheriff John Brown come for you.
All right, back to Heidi.
I love the movies.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That's how it goes at the end.
It's well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's for me.
Very good.
Manny, what you gonna do? We're never getting your story. Bien, Chef John Brown, come for you. Go, Heidi.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
No, nope, just Bumblebee.
I
Heidi.
love the Bad Boys movies.
Same dog. With that comedian slapper Will Smith, it's so good.
Love.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Anyway.
Dead body.
Anyway.
I went to a call. I hate that
I
so
hate
much.
that so much.
Wait, this?
Right?
Why?
I hate it. It's
Learn to
disgusting.
love it.
Hate it.
I recommend you learn to love it. When Chef John Brown come for you.
So he went to a call in the hills, in the Hollywood Hills, and
Heidi's name drop.
I love that it's just like parts of town now.
It is so great. Any city in
On the way
world.
over here, I stopped at Ralph's real quick for a banana.
Heidi's name drop.
And so they go in, and it's an older woman who had a walker, and clearly she had died.
Heidi's name.
Older woman with a walker.
TJ Walker.
You're getting very desperate with his name drops now.
So she's died sitting up. So she's sitting on the edge of her bed. Okay.
No.
With her
She
feet
hot?
on the ground.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Did he fuck her good?
Oh, it's so disturbing.
Just put it in her mouth. She's sitting up. Who cares? She's not going to know. Take her teeth out.
Just wait. It's
Get a gummy?
please. So
Excessive.
he's sitting. I get mixed up. My ADD is it's really bad.
So he's fucking the chick
Dan's
on the
really
bed.
good for that. He never distracts people
Yeah.
out of stories.
So she's
Skull
sitting,
fucking the old dead
Oh my
lady.
god.
The lady's sitting straight up. Her feet are on the floor.
Yes, and her
The
walker.
legs are spread.
Her, oh my god.
man.
I really want my mom to listen to this, and she never.
She'll like
there's
this
never
part.
an
What's your mom's
episode.
name?
Never,
What's your mom's
okay.
name?
Cassandra.
That will never be.
Your
okay.
daughter has all kinds of stories about old women getting fucked by cops.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And now for a moment
Listen,
of
can
silence.
you
We're never gonna be
Darren.
a serious podcast.
Darren,
No, if you want to do that, you have to spin
stop
off
fucking
with me.
interrupting and let Heidi finish her
Okay,
story.
So
Show some fucking respect.
The woman is sitting on the bed,
Reset.
feet on the ground. This is very important. Feet are on the ground. Okay. So she died in a sit-up position, and her walker was in front of her. So she must have like died of like, but she was sitting up when
Hands
they
were on the walker?
Like she was like the walker was there, so it looked like she was about to get up. She had like a heart attack or whatever. But I didn't know that
That's not
people
very
could
funny.
die in like a sit-up position. So they opened up the French doors. It was huge, like a beautiful home, one of those old like mansions, but old, like what's that gray gardens?
Like
esque.
Hell yeah.
1920s Los Angeles.
Yes. So they opened up the windows. He said the smell was the stench. It was just a stench, that sweet smell of death. And so the cops were there. The EMT guys were there. The firemen were there, and they said, "Okay, we have to lift up her feet." Because when you die, all the liquid goes to the bottom. Okay? So he said when they lifted up
I'm getting very turned on right now.
when they lifted up her foot, it was stuck to the bottom of the floor because all the fluid had gone down into her bottom
And
of
like
her legs and the feet.
coagulated.
And when they lifted up her foot, it went bursting out of the bottom of her foot, all of her fucking fluids.
All the
Out of-
juice.
like he said, like a
All the
fucking
old lady
hose.
juice.
And he said, I ran outside, and him and one of the
Ferociously jerked off.
one of the EMTs, which I'm shocked that puked off the balcony, like just dry, like just puked.
That is
Hi,
so
isn't that crazy?
fucking awful.
That's a
Yeah.
really bad first dead body experience.
Like, but I can't get it out of my head because I think about, but then I had no idea that
I
it
didn't know it was
just.
possible.
I
Oh, did you know that? That it-
yes.
You
Really?
did?
Yeah.
Oh, Dan knows all the death.
I didn't
I
know.
can show
Oh,
you.
that's
I can
right,
show
you
you
know
a
all
video
that.
of someone of a body being lifted off a carpet, and the whole back peels off, and all the juice falls
Oh,
out.
my God.
You know what it's like? You know, have you guys ever lifted up? When Heidi gets uncomfortable, she gets very soulful. Very soulful. So you pull, all the juice comes out.
No.
You know, if you ever picked up a wet bag of trash, a wet paper bag, and it falls out, that's what happens to lady juice.
It reminds me of like when you like when you take a piece of meat off the grill, but half of it sticks.
Yes, that's what it is.
But the you know,
Heidi, find it, dig deep, give us some soul.
Oh, yeah. I do that to my sister all the time when she's telling a story or something. I'm like, no.
Listen, I know your biggest fear is when you lose one of your parents. And when you get the phone call, I hope you go into Soulful Heidi to get yourself through it. Yeah. Oh, no, sis. Say it ain't so. I can't handle the news. What is this? Some kind of sick joke?
Swing low, sweet chariot. I turn into
Coming
like
forth to give me bad
like
news.
a Southern Mississippi
So good.
Baptist church.
Clutching your pearls.
Oh no!
How do you get in the vapors?
Love. I'm so overtired. Hey, Lord, why you gotta do me like this? No, 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 no.
I don't know that the cigar box goes well with that vibe.
Oh my God.
Thank you for listening to Heidi and the Delta Blues. All
I
right.
really hope I don't die like that.
Oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die in a
Still go
really
out like
bad
that,
way.
yo.
Oh, stop.
No. Just like a murder.
What?
I think
I'm knocking on all the wood here.
I think that you're gonna get murdered. I think you're gonna get cancer.
Oh my
And I think
God.
I am going to take all of your like life forces from both of you, and I'm going to live forever.
Wow. He wants to.
Whoa!
For you to die?
Oh
No.
Oh, I want to live
You
forever.
want to live forever.
Absolutely.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I want to live
I
forever.
want to live not even that long.
I'm bummed about the way you guys are gonna die. I'm sad about it. I don't. I hope it's not.
Am I
soon.
gonna be like the Black Dahlia? Like what's gonna?
No.
What's gonna happen
Way
to
less
me?
glamorous. It's gonna be like pulverized with a rock or something.
Wait, you know what sucks is when somebody says I had a dream about you, and then they don't like disclose what it was.
It's usually about sex.
We're supposed to ask.
Years ago, not years ago, like 10 years ago, I had
Well,
worked-
technically that is years ago.
years ago. I worked with a girl, and she goes, "Oh my God," because
she
I had
hot?
my hair in a.
Big boobs. Naked.
No, I don't think so. She was younger.
Darren, give me the fucking eyes.
Thought you had no testosterone.
I don't. Not for you. But for Heidi's friend or that dead old lady.
Oh no, he didn't.
So you had a friend 10 years ago.
And I walked into work, and she goes, "Oh my God, you look just like you did in my dream." And I instantly thought she had a sex dream about me. And I go, "Oh," like I was like, "Oh yeah." And she goes, No. And she got all teary-eyed, and I swear to God, all I can see is her like going. She goes, "I had this dream that you had your hair in a ponytail, and you were shot from behind twice."
By me.
God.
How do you react to that?
Oh no! Say it ain't so long.
And Heidi has not worn a ponytail since.
I think about it every time I put my hair in a ponytail. It's only in a low one. It's never the way I wore it. Isn't that funny?
Were you wearing a pony when you got the diarrhea in your face? Maybe that's
bun.
Close enough.
Diarrhea.
Close enough.
Okay, we're gonna end this on a sick game. How do you think Darren and I are gonna die? For real, like look at us and think, how are we gonna die?
I can't. That's just not in my. It's not in my makeup. Do you know what I have a lot of.
If you don't answer the question,
I can't.
if you listen to me, look at me in the face.
If you had only worn that darker
Look at me in
blush,
the
it would
eyes.
have been in your makeup.
Yeah.
If you look at me if you don't answer this question, look at me.
Oh my God, this reminds me.
Look at me, Heidi.
Last night, a woman told me to look at
Listen to me.
Wait, you gotta hear
Look,
about this whole
I'm talking.
woman.
I'm talking. If you don't answer the question as to how Darren and I are going to die,
It's very abusive.
I'm going to kill
I
her
feel
tonight
like I'm
and
gonna
kill
strangle
myself.
you in a minute.
I'm going
How
to
you're
kill
gonna
her
die.
and kill me unless you answer the question.
You're gonna be electrocuted.
Bye.
Wires.
When I make toast in the bathtub?
No, when you're on tour.
Okay.
Oh shit!
That's how you you really think that's how I'm going to go?
Yeah, there's gonna be
Like
like
the
a big
stage?
storm, like in South America, and it's gonna be a big lightning bolt, and you're gonna be on stage. And
Does anyone
get
else
electrocuted.
die?
Do I,
Or just him?
shh, I got this. Do I go quick?
No, it's gonna be really long.
Like minutes or weeks? Like I'm dying. After 2 days, people are bringing me sandwiches.
It's electrifying.
And then after 4 days, like, oh my God, he's been dead. We should have pulled the fucking electrical cord out of the wall, for Christ's sake. What about Darren?
Horrible. No.
It's okay, I can handle
Darren's
it.
Don't
gonna
say in her
be-
sleep. Don't say in her
No,
fucking
Darren's
sleep.
gonna
Peacefully
be-
in her sleep. Thank you.
Darren's gonna be distraught after you die this horrible electric.
I don't think you know Darren
now
very
I
well.
know she's not a
And
very
she's
good
gonna be
psychic.
distraught, but yet she
She'll be like, fucking boop, boop, boop.
but yet she gathers herself and she marries an older gentleman.
That's not death, by the way.
And, no, but wait.
Oh,
And
God.
they go on a cruise to Greece, and she
does wanna go to Greece.
falls off
a cliff.
the poop deck
The poop deck.
That's what it's called.
while taking a poop.
Oh, that's
'Cause
what she does
she-
it. Because she's stupid.
No, because she's
And
like,
poops
what?
on boats.
Because he tells her it's, and then that's what happens. So stupid. I don't know. It's horrible.
I like that. She
But
dies on the
she's
poop
very,
deck.
but she's old. Like you're like
Oh.
like in your
50.
late.
Yeah, very, very old.
So
And
I
advanced.
don't have very much more time. When does he die?
Soon.
Okay, now you do it. How do we
I
die?
just cough like.
Real talk. How do you think I die?
There's no real talk.
Yeah, there's real talk.
You die of diabetes.
Okay.
Oh my god, this is a horrible game.
How is that possible?
What are you drinking? A Monster?
Yes.
Is it sugar free though?
But there's 2 in here. There's fucking 2 monsters in this.
Oh no!
So do you really think I die of diabetes?
Yes.
You really, in real life, that's your real heart feeling?
Yes.
I like that.
Can you
I'll
get
take
cancer
diabetes.
from sugar?
Nope. It's never been done.
Diabetes it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about?
Anything inspired by sugar, you'll die from.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All
But
right.
diabetes, I think, will be it.
I'll take it, actually.
Heidi,
Uh-oh.
Murder, right?
this is a really bad game.
I don't like this game.
She's going to get her fucking... Okay, you're going to get murdered with a rock?
Wait, why
Or
are
like
you
a-
stealing
hold on,
my
just- I'm-
vision?
Oh,
I'm expanding on mine. Like a cinder block. You're going to get smashed with a cinder block over and over again, but the guy's going to start at your feet and work up to your head.
What?
That's what I would do.
Sicko.
Your turn.
Um,
How do you want Heidi to die?
no.
This is. We should make this into like a board game. It'd go over really well.
Yeah.
Would go over well. It would go over well. I'm not sure. It might have something to do with. It might you. That's too real. I can't say that. That's not nice.
Uh-oh. You gotta say it
Suicide
now.
from a day where she's really tired.
No, I was gonna say like you're gonna. I can't say it because it could come true.
Well, anything could come true.
But maybe you worry about this all day, every day.
What?
Getting an
What-
infection from your diarrhea incident.
Oh.
Darling, it's been years. It hasn't kicked in by now. It's not going to like later.
Slow growing.
Like,
slow growing.
42
infection.
years from now, she's in the hospital. It's like, wait a minute. We're looking at your charts. Did you ever have an excessive amount of diarrhea on you
No,
by
it could
chance?
I
happen.
did not say it was going to be when she was much older.
It could happen.
And
You
I'm
think she's
already
gonna-
dying in like
you
a
think
couple
she's gonna
of
die
years.
soon?
I'm already dying in a couple of years.
No, I
Why
said
do you
were
want
in
her?
your
Why do you want her dead now?
No, he said it wasn't earlier. Like
what?
you're like 75.
Oh.
Fucking A.
That, and I don't want to say that out loud because I mean, you don't think it could happen? Okay, good. It's not something you obsess over. It was something
Not
I
at
would
all.
obsess over. Okay.
No.
All right.
I think if it did, it would have happened already.
You never know. You never
Breaking
know.
news. We're all going to die in some shit ass ways.
Breaking news. We are all
Of what has been mentioned so far between all of us, what would be your preferable way to go? You can fall off the poop deck. You can have diabetes. You can get crushed inch by inch with a cinder block. You can get electrocuted in South America specifically. What I say to you? How's you gonna die? What did I say about her?
Oh, you know what? I feel bad now because that's the way.
I don't remember actually.
South America. It could be anywhere.
How did I say she was gonna die? I said you're gonna get murdered and she was gonna die from what?
Oh, cancer.
Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Cancer. From stress.
I think for me, I'm gonna go electrocution.
Yeah, I think it's
Fast.
quick.
I don't want to drown. That is terrifying.
I just watched a electrocution death a couple nights ago.
What?
And I've seen hundreds of them.
This is what he does.
This guy parked under a phone line and tries to get out of his truck. And when he touches the door to get out of the truck,
And what was filming?
it was like a CCTV, like a
A
fucking
news station?
no, a fucking
Security?
on,
camera?
yes, on the corner of a building.
Can I tell you guys something?
I don't think you should.
But the reason why I thought of electrocution is I worked an event last night.
I got these beautiful flowers that are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
So
watching on
awesome.
YouTube, youtube.com/reformradio, to Heidi's direct left, she brought us these beautiful flowers. That was
so
very, very
pretty.
kind. Very, very kind of you.
So cool.
Love them very much.
So it was for a TV show that's coming out on
Heidi's
Epics. And it was outside, and it was pouring last night, and they had all these wires everywhere, and I stepped and I saw the wires where I was like, oh, that's I realized that's a fear of mine. That's why I said that.
Oh, suffocation, drowning, and shit. That's mine.
Ooh.
That's why the poop.
Falling
But-
into a fucking hole that gets
God.
smaller as you get deeper into it.
Oh,
Like a spelunker or some
like
shit.
baby Jessica.
Yeah, but like falling into a tube where like as you wiggle,
oh,
it gets a little tighter.
there was a woman that was stuck in the chute.
No.
And
The well?
no, it was in
What a well?
Koreatown.
You say like you know what a well is.
Baby
That's Baby Jessica.
No,
Yeah.
no. Like
The well?
a few weeks ago, it was breaking news. There was a woman that was stuck. She went to take out her trash in like a cinder thing up like.
Did she fall into the fucking trash chute?
Yes, and it got small, and she got fucking stuck in there.
Did she die?
I don't think so. I think
If I get to that point,
Can you fucking imagine?
I would want to die because I don't want to live with the memory of that happening to me.
Remember those two Instagram things that I sent?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, the fucking hole. If I was in the tube, if I was like this in the tube, and they're like, Dan, we're here to save you, I'd be like, don't. Just shoot at me over and over. I
Yeah, I
don't
would just wanna die.
want to remember this.
So bad.
What's that, Dan? Shoot me.
It's so bad.
I don't
Yep.
want to have the memory of being
Or you
like
know
this
what
for hours.
else gives me, and I think there's a documentary on it that is supposed to be good, but remember when the soccer kids got stuck in the cave in Thailand?
Yes.
And
Chile or Thailand?
That was like within the last decade
was it in
or so, right?
I think it
Whatever.
was in
Yeah, the
Thailand.
school kids or some shit.
Yeah, and they were like they had won their championship, and what's the first thing you want to do? Go on a fucking hike into a fucking cave, which is so weird. But they're stuck in this cave, okay? And then they have to.
Like a month?
God, I'm not. Was it? We need to. I need to check. So they had the team of the divers, which one of them fucking died.
Holy diver.
But they had to give the kids some sort of like a sedative, in order, because I would fucking lose my shit too. And they had to go all the way through the. Like that to me, I can't breathe when I think about that.
There's stuff when people are like, when the tide's coming in and you're in the cave and you're like, okay, we have to go now. You have to hold your breath for 100 yards. We have to swim under. Just follow me.
Fuck that. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't be
I'm
able
like, I'll just drown here.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I would run full speed,
I'm so
smash
glad
my
I'm not
head
only
into the
one.
rock,
Yeah, I'm
and
so
then
glad
fall
I'm
in the
not
water.
only one.
I'm going to die. I
Ugh.
must have died this way in a former
Yeah,
life, which I don't even
same.
believe in. But motherfucker, this gives me the most panic
Even
ever.
when that's the feeling I get when you shut that door.
That's what exactly what
12
I was just
boys.
gonna say. I'm like, this is what you
Yep.
feel like.
12
Yep.
boys in Thailand, 2018, and they were there for
It
fucking.
was recently.
Yeah.
They were there for 18 days, almost 3 weeks.
And one of the divers died, right? As he was going.
These poor people.
These poor divers.
And all, all
a
the kids, they passed all their time by fucking each other. That's
Stop it.
crazy.
Wait, I just have to share something really quickly. So out here in Los Angeles,
Don't fucking tell everyone where we are, Heidi.
City of Angels.
City of Angels, and just remember Satan was an angel. I just
A little Jehovah's Witness.
Oh no!
So last night, I've been embarrassed to say what I do part time, but I was working this event and I was the captain, so the server. But there was just one of us from the place I work, and the rest was a person who was sort of the event planner. But she was one of those women that I call them sort of like, she was like a mall cop, a person that has this authority that's like, thinks they're like hot shit just because they're in charge of something. Does that make sense? Like a mall cop is to me. So I was like, stop! You shouldn't be doing that.
Like you're not a cop, dude.
Yeah, you're not a fucking real cop.
Right.
So
like over importance.
yes. So she walked up to me, and she had 6 servers of her place in back of her. The event was maybe 40 people, not that many people. And she goes, I was like, hi, I'm Heidi. And I introduced myself to her, and she goes, how many of you are there? And I like look, and she like looked me up and down, and I was like, there's just me.
How many captains?
Or how many servers from the place that I work at? I go, it's just me. And I looked behind her, and at the 6 people who were these young wannabe actors that are behind her, beautiful. And I go, and she goes, don't look there. And I go, oh, she was kidding at first. And I go, oh, well, I was told that I would, like, I'm in charge of the servers and those. I said, don't look there. And I looked at her, and
What the fuck?
And I laughed out loud in her face, and I go,
Yeah.
and I walked away, and I went and I told on her, and then my boss came out, and what a fucking dick. I fucking hate this one woman so much.
Why did she, like, what?
She had
what
Birkenstocks on with a nice dress.
possible
Enough.
reason could she have to not want you to look over her shoulder?
She was saying, like, don't, because I was counting her people. And she goes, don't look at them. Don't look at them. Look at me. And just you. And I was just like, dude, you know what? I don't get paid enough for this fucking shit. And this is why I hate this town sometimes. You fucking
Cunt.
ball of fucking cuntness. Like, I fucking, hallelujah.
There's the name of the episode.
Like,
Ball of cuntness.
like, just you fucking bitch, man. And
That's weird.
This is why I don't work in this business anymore. That's why I didn't want to work in this business anymore. Is because of what a fucking bitch, man.
That's crazy. What a dumb idiot. So
And
did
then
she get sent home?
No, she was in charge.
She was in charge.
All of those kids, and then another reason why Los Angeles gets a bad rap sometimes. That all these kids that were there that were working, beautiful kids, super sweet. But I looked over one night, like the middle of the night. One was smoking. The other one was on their phone. 2 of them were taking selfies with each other. And I was like, nobody was but they're getting paid. But, and then I asked everyone, one of them, what do you guys do? You go to school? No, I'm an actress. I'm an actor. I'm a model. I'm an Instagram model. I'm an influencer. Yeah. And I was like,
Full time? Why are you here then? How's that going for you? Cringy.
Anyhow, I just because you said don't look.
Yeah.
And that
it
reminded
just
me
flashed
of
you back.
I was triggered just now. even
There's
though I hate
certain
that word.
things that you say in this town that make you embarrassed. Like I had lunch with someone today, and she was like, "Oh, like what else do you do for work?" And I was like, "Well, I work for bands, and I was like, I have a podcast." She's like, "Oh, it's cool." I
Right.
hate saying that because it's just like who doesn't?
Right.
But like when you live here, it's amazing how much you hear like, "Oh, I'm an actor.
I'm writing a
Yeah,
screenplay.
but yes, but what do you do for a living?
Right.
Oh, I park cars at the Roosevelt or whatever the fuck.
Right. Or I also hate. I think we talked.
I didn't ask you what you want to do. Like, what do you do?
I think we talked about this like a couple weeks ago. I
I'm a
get
superhero. Just like
just part time.
save everybody I can.
But when somebody said when you're working at a restaurant or your other job that you have, and they say, "What do you do?"
It's like you're fucking
And I was
looking
like,
at it.
"I'm waiting on you right now." No. What do you do?
What do you do?
I
Like, do you think I'm here for fun?
I poop? I don't know. Like, what do I do? I don't know. I watch reality TV. What do you mean, what do I do?
Yeah.
And I understand what they mean. But after a long time here in this town, sometimes it's like,
I wonder if that happens in New York.
of course not.
Those kind of
You don't
questions.
I don't
Because
think so.
there's a lot of industry people in New
Maybe.
York,
I
but
mean,
it is
yeah,
different
maybe
here.
New York, but
it's less cocksuckery than it is here.
Chicago, it never happened.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, you went to work and you left your fucking shit at the door and you did your job and you're a professional server, bartender.
And that John Wayne Gacy doc, the cop with the coin. Do you get to that part yet? There was one of the cops.
No,
in that,
I didn't know.
It's a cool thing, like because cops have a tough job, and he carries like a silver dollar or something in his pocket, and when he gets home, he throws it in the ashtray, and that's him leaving his job at the door.
Nice.
That's
And then on
Yep.
the way out the door, he takes it out, puts it back in.
That's
now he's a
amazing.
cop.
That's cool. That's
It's like a physical way of like,
Yeah.
okay, not thinking about it.
Yep.
smart. I like that.
Let's wrap
Symbolism.
this one up.
Wrap it up.
Any closing words?
Heidi still has to do her stand up.
Oh fuck!
Um.
Welcome to the stage, Heidi Van Tassel.
Thank you. So I was raised a Jehovah's Witness. Thank you. Thank you. I have a issue with tipping at coffee shops. And it seems that when you go to tip, they always turn their back and they're making your coffee, and then you want them to know that I've tipped them. So I've said some pretty crazy things at coffee shops. One of them, a few of them are, is this tip jar your tip jar? And it usually is like bedazzled on it and says tips on it, but I want them to know I'm
Gonna leave it.
one, or I'll have a 5 and say, can I have change for this 5? Just give me 2 back. That's 3 for you, 2 for me. And then the one I said one time in Joshua Tree, I was there, this cute little place. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
It's the audience. That's what you say to your fucking audience.
That's okay, yeah.
We can do crickets instead.
I'm trying to do comedy. Stop laughing.
God. So, this is a true story, but this isn't a joke. This is just, I walked into this coffee shop, really cute little girl behind the counter, and I ordered my drink, and she turned around, and I wanted to make sure she knew I was tipping her, and I said, is this jar that says for handicapped people, handicapped kids, is this your tip jar? Or I forget what I said, but I said something like that. It was awful, and she was like, no, that's for the handicapped kids, or it was for like
Jerry's kids.
yeah,
Thunderous.
Jerry's kids or whatever.
What
Or
a
the
fucking
Jimmy
act.
Thank you.
And you haven't rehearsed that lately? That was just
No.
that just came back to you like that?
Years ago.
Good
Wow.
job.
And it
Good
came back
job.
just like that.
Ridiculous.
Like riding a bicycle-ish.
It was funny when I told it.
No, I agree. I was there. It was great.
Not there. Phil Jackson.
No, just then. I was there just then. I felt it. That was a very, very good routine.
That's how I met. What's her name? Oh my God.
Genie Bus?
Yes, thank you.
Heidi's name drop.
Weird that is.
She isn't afraid to drop those names. Kinda lame.
Thank you. Good night.
Where can you find us in the world, guys?
Rareformradio.com. YouTube, just go like and subscribe. You don't even have to watch it, but it's fun to watch.
You know what I
Watch
want to
at
do?
least 5
I want
minutes,
people to
please.
start commenting more. If there's parts of the show
Yeah.
you like, let us know in the comments on YouTube. If there's parts you hate, keep it to your... Actually, still comment.
No, comment.
Still comment. No,
Let us-
comment.
let us
comment.
know.
Comment.
Don't comment just to be a dick, but just comment.
Heidi,
no matter
are
what.
your DMs open for dick pics? If people want to send their penises?
No. Unless it's
Mine is.
Daryl.
If, I would like to get... If there's one listener out there that wants to show me their penis, I'd like to see it this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be anonymous, but
Ooh la la.
that's your challenge. Send me one picture of your penis with Rare Form Radio written on the shaft.
Where do people?
If you're Irish, just the word rare.
Where might people
Where do people send like questions?
You can send it to any of us on Instagram. You can go to the at Rareform Radio, at Dan Cleary 79, at Heidi Sabrina, or you can email us rareformradio@gmail.com. And if you're on our Patreon, send us any question. We will answer anything that comes from Patreon.
Oh, how do people leave voice memos?
Yeah,
on Instagram. That's my favorite way. That's what Kristen did. You go to Instagram, you open up, you hit the fucking microphone button.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I just do that to like one of y'all?
Yeah. You can also just text that way too. You can
I know, but Instagram I didn't know.
We do love voice memos, voice questions. So open up your Instagram app, send it to me or Heidi or whatever. Yes. You have a question?
Do they save or do they disappear after a while? The Instagram
audios.
They save.
They save? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You can also unsend if you want to, or
okay.
Does Instagram have I saw
unread?
Oh no. There's a fucking. It's on Facebook too. Vanish mode, where it's like Snapchat, where like you send a question, and then as soon as you read it, disappears.
Really?
It does. I don't understand it because sometimes I like touch the screen and it says those words, but I don't understand how.
I don't understand what that means.
I think it's only for shady doings. If you're doing like talking about drugs, or talking about like whatever the fuck. If you're talking about defending.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you all so much for listening. There's been a story I've been wanting to talk about for weeks, but we'll get to it maybe next week.
What is it?
It's private. Don't look. Please don't look, Darren.
I want to know
And
now.
no, you'll never know. You'll never know.
Oh, I want you to know.
What's the next line?
I want you to know that I'm happy for you.
I wish Dan would stop playing that fucking noise.
Another version of me. She go down on you in a theater. Speak eloquently. And would she have your baby? And would she make a really excellent mother?
This is Lola.
I gotta bring it back. You were singing it. I didn't want to cut you off.
Hey, tell me time.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.